Cosmos without the doctor scarcely bears thinking about. Rescue the doctor.
Reverse the polarity of the neutron flow, so the TARDIS should be free of the force field now. Reverse the polarity of the neutron flow, so the TARDIS should be free of the force field now.
Hey guys, hey, how you doing, everyone? Let's get some music going anyway. Anyways, let's get some music going in the background. Hopefully, it's not too loud. I just wanted to do a quick check-in, say hello, For those of you who are not on my Twitch, Twitter, Facebook, or Discord channel, you probably wouldn't have known whether or not I survived the operation. So, unfortunately for some of you, I did. Fortunately for most of you, I hope. Hey JP, how you doing? So, yep, operation hopefully went well. I'm at home. I got home on Wednesday. I think they sent me home. I wasn't on any drugs, no antibiotics or painkillers or whatever. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but I've got a bloody bandage all the way up here, and I've got another one across the bottom there. So I've currently, I haven't counted them, but I've basically got staples just running up my stomach. They did find what they call fistulas, which basically is what had happened is my small intestine had started growing into my large intestine, and apparently it was doing it in multiple locations. Luckily for me, it hadn't grown all the way through, so there wasn't anything passing from the small directly into the large without going all the way around the small intestines and entering it the normal way. But there were a few joins which they had to cut my large intestines and then stitch up my large intestine, and then remove a portion of the small intestines. Now, I've been told that they may have removed up to 1 meter, but I don't know the exact size of diseased intestine that they actually removed. But yeah, all I know is in a week I lost over 6.5 pounds, or like 3 kilos in a week. So a lot of it was probably thing. So it's one way to diet, I guess. One way to lose weight. I could probably fit some pairs of jeans that I couldn't fit into 2 weeks ago when I went to Jade's engagement party and I was trying on all my jeans to see what I could fit into. I could probably fit into half of them now. But yeah, apparently it went really well. I woke up quite aggressively. I came out with the anaesthetic really badly. It was awful. I woke up and I didn't know where I was. I didn't know what was going on. I just had this tremendous urge to pee. I just wanted to wee. I was like, I need a wee. I was just screaming, I need to wee, I need to wee. And that was because they'd put a catheter down my penis. So I was basically just automatically pissing into a bag on the side of my bed but the fact that there was something shoved down my penis made me want to push it out, and so it was just a constant irritation. And I was just, imagine if you're half drugged and you don't know what's going on, you just got this urge to wee and you're just saying, I need to wee. But it actually turned out that the catheter wasn't positioned correctly, so it caused me a great deal of discomfort. But once they just readjusted it, and then it was all right. That sensation went away. But then they had the drain. They had a drain in my stomach, into my other side, where it basically was then attached to my stomach to drain any fluid away. And for whatever reason, that caused me a great deal of pain. That caused me more pain than anything else, to be honest. And I was so glad when they took that off. It was fucking, oh my God, the relief. I couldn't even move my leg. They wanted me to get out of bed and start moving around as quickly as possible, but I couldn't even move my leg because the pain of the drain, because it was had a really long tube, and it went onto into a bag on the floor. But for some reason, the way it was stitched, it was pulling and pulling and pulling, which then was causing it to pull on the stomach as well, where it was attached, and it was just constant pain. And I had 2 drug infusers, they were called. It's like a new technique they're using where these little micro plastic tubes go in you, and it goes into the area, and it constantly feeds drugs into the area, pain relief drugs. That lasted about 36 hours before I accidentally knocked them out, and as soon as I knocked one of them out, they had to take both of them out. And they put me on, administer your own morphine thing, where you press the button and you get a jab of morphine. And I was on that for like 24 hours, and then I just said, no, it was fucking with my head. I hate being on drugs. I'm so, I hate drugs. And after about 24 hours of that, I just stopped using it. So I was like completely off the drugs by Monday. I was like, I'm not taking any more drugs at all. So by Wednesday, I was up and about and walking, and because I didn't show any signs of infection, no temperature, no blood pressure was spot on, which is amazing for me because I suffer with high blood pressure. But for it to be spot on and all that, heart rate, oxygen levels were all fine. They ended up letting me go home on Wednesday. And so here I am. I'm home. I'm still struggling though. I'm still fairly weak. I went for a small walk today for my, to try and get my exercise levels up. Sue was given some blood clot medicine, which she's supposed to inject into me every night, and she's loving that. She's loving to stab me with a bloody needle. But last night I said, enough, I'm not doing it anymore, I'm not having it, and so today I decided I'm going to get up and walk about and try and be a little bit more active, because they wanted me to do it to myself, and I couldn't do it to myself. I had the needle there, and I'm like that with my fist. I'm like, I couldn't push it in. I couldn't do it, so I got Sue to do it, and she loved it. She was like, I've always wanted to do this, and she's like, but she fucking hurt. all the nurses were fucking fine with it. They didn't hurt one little bit. Sue did it. Oh my God, did it hurt? And then she did it at home the next day, and it was a little bit better. And I was like, that's fine. But then it came to like last night, and I was like, no, I'm not having it. I don't want it. I just couldn't. I couldn't cope with it. Like, oh, I'm such a wuss when it comes to that sort of thing. I was like, no, I'm not. I've had enough needles. No thanks, hun. You're right. Well, I'll get up and start walking about. I'd rather walk, for half an hour. Slowly in the cold and let you jab me with that needle one more time. It's basically what I ended up doing. But I got a sneaking suspicion she's probably going to insist that I do it again. Apparently it's blood clot medicine, so it helps prevent you getting blood clots. So if you, because you're not moving and you've had an operation and whatnot, it's designed to help you stop you from getting blood clots and dying. But I like I said to her, I wasn't that active before I went in, and I didn't get a blood clot, so I think we'll be right. We'll be right. So yeah, but yeah, that's the situation. I get the staples out on Monday, so day after tomorrow. I hope they get removed. And that's the last thing I think I really need pain-wise, that I'm hoping that I'll have to endure. And then sometime in January I'll go to the outpatients clinic to just for a follow-up, and hope everything's going all okay. And then hopefully by the end of January I'm fucking cured and better and 100% and ready to get actually back involved in the world again. Because it's been a hell of a lot. It's been nearly 2 years that this has been going on. So yeah. So hopefully it all works. I haven't had a temperature once since the hospital, so no sign of infection at all. Just basically just pain really every now and then from if I sit too long I get pain, and so I have to sort of try and stretch and be mobile. But yeah, it's all gone good. Happy to be alive, and we'll even be happier if I'm cured. But there you go. So he's been watching Pulp Fiction chest needle scene. She probably did, mate. Oh man, God, they're not very big. They're that big, and like a cylinder with a needle, and you're supposed to pinch the skin and then just push it in, push down on the needle until you hear a click, and then pull it out. And it's supposed to be self-retracting and all that. But when they did it in the hospital, it didn't hurt. And they had a student nurse who had never given one before, and I was her very first patient, and which means she'll probably remember me every time she gives one in the future. She did not hurt one little bit. There was no pain. Sue did it, and it was like being stung by a bee. It was like, God, what are you doing? So anyway, but I've got a feeling she's going to make me want to take one tonight, or she'll probably insist. I don't know. Well, she's not here. It's her father's birthday today, so she's out. That's why I thought I'd jump on now while I had the chance, just to check in and see if you're okay and all that. Hey Spud, are you talking about the blood thinners? Yes, the blood thinners. I think they're blood thinners. The thing that they give you to prevent blood clots, that they usually put it in your stomach or in your belly or in your thigh. For me, it's been the thigh because I'm not letting anyone shove any fucking needle in my stomach. No way, Jose. Not a chance. So I'm just checking. I missed a phone call, an important phone call earlier, so I'm just making sure that they're not ringing again. So yeah, so that was it. All in all, not a bad experience. I don't think anybody died on the ward this time round while I was there, which is always a bonus. But yeah, so there we go. So yeah, just like I said, I thought I'd just check in with you and let you know that I'm alive. I know JP, for example, you don't do Facebook, so you probably had no idea. I haven't seen you on my Discords. It's not better to do it in the stomach if you've got if you just had basically open stomach surgery on your bowel. You don't want it in your stomach then. I'm hoping after they take the staples out, I might do, depending on what time they come on Monday, JP, I might even start on Monday, but I did, like yesterday, sit at my desk here in the, here in my room yesterday for a couple of hours, and yeah, I know, Spud. Or should I say, it's Daryl, isn't it? Spud is Daryl, and I met Daryl on the ward. He was in the bed opposite me, and he had all the nurses in a tizzy with his strapping fucking body. And first night he arrived, I got fucking no sleep because this prick had the nurses yapping to him all night long. It was pathetic. And then I told my wife about it the next day, and she was like, "Oh, is he making you feel bad about your masculinity? You feel threatened?" I was like, fuck off. I know, asleep. Oh, it was funny. He with his fucking tattoos, you know, the white man's Jason Momoa. I was like, oh, fuck off. Oh, man. And then we had some idiot who came into the bed next to me who had an appendicitis. It turned out. We can confirm he had an appendicitis, but according to him, according to him, he had appendicitis. He had what was it else he had? He had gallstones. He had everything under the sun. Anyway, he ended up having to have emergency appendix. What do you call it? Whenever they remove the appendix, he had to have emergency appendix operation on Sunday morning or whenever it was, or Monday morning. No, it was on the Monday morning, and he'd been complaining the night before to the nurses. I haven't eaten since Saturday. I'm so hungry. Can I get something to eat? And they're like, no, we've got to check with the doctor first. And this is like at 11 o'clock at night, because that's when he came in at 11 o'clock at night. And they go, no, we've got to check with the doctors first, see what the doctors say. So when the nurses walked off, he's on the phone and he's like, oh, can you bring me some food? Bring me some food, to his mates, and let me know when you're here. So it's something like about 1 o'clock in the morning, he gets a phone call and he's like, I'm downstairs. So he sneaks off 1 o'clock in the morning, downstairs, has a scram, has something to eat. The doctor shows up to see him. He's not in his bed. They wait. He's gone for ages. They send nurses off looking for him and all this. He finally comes back, right? And they do whatever they need to do to see him. And then the next morning, like early in the morning, they're like, right, we're going to have to take you off to have surgery. We're going to do it straight away. When was the last time you ate? Oh, Saturday. This guy was so ashamed of what he'd done, he wouldn't even admit to them that he'd fucking gone off for a sneaky bite to eat at 1 o'clock in the morning, 6 hours earlier, and was telling them that he was that the last he'd ate was like, nearly 3 days ago. And the reason they want to know when you last ate is because they need to know how much is in your stomach. Because when you can go out under the anaesthetic, if you've got a build up of shit in your stomach and they're not aware of it, it could come back up and choke you, and you could choke on the anaesthetic table. And to prevent that from happening, if that happens, they have to actually grab you by the neck and physically hold you by the neck to prevent, food and whatnot from choking you. So it's really a dangerous situation. That's why you're not allowed to eat before operations, to prevent choking under anaesthetic. And this guy, oh my God, he was just so full of shit, man. It was unbelievable. Aspirate, yeah. He had kidney failure as well. I did. Sue's just walked in the floor, but he was so, wasn't he, Daryl? He was so full of shit, wasn't he? It was unbelievably full of shit. And Daryl was lucky. Daryl, the day of his operation, Daryl all of a sudden was getting dressed and going home. And I'm like, what, you going home? And he's like, yep, man, I'm out of here. And I'm like, what the f-? And I just was like, fuck. Oh God, this guy next to me, And on the other side of the bed, I had another guy who thought it was cool to talk on the phone till midnight. 1 o'clock in the morning talking on his phone. And I was just like, I just want to fucking sleep, man. I just want to sleep. This is all I want. And the day Daryl left, the night that Daryl left, the guy next to me was on the phone till God knows what. He was still with his blah, 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 blah. The guy in the opposite bed over me, who was really ill, was an old guy called George, who was really, really ill, but he was basically just bedbound and was on a nappy. He had a big fucking, or diaper if you live in America, and he was just shitting all night long. and he was only just across the room, and the smell, oh my fucking god. So I just kept getting up and shuffling like, well, Daryl will tell you, he saw me how hard it was for me to walk, or even how hard it was for me to go to the toilet, but I walked out of that ward and fucking like, it's like 100 meters to the end of the corridor, and sat in the main corridor like at 3 o'clock in the morning and just stayed there until like 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning. And I was that tired. And then I went back to bed at 6 o'clock in the morning, and I fell asleep at 6:30 a.m. And I've got the nurses coming around half an hour later. Tried to wake me up, I didn't wake up, and then another half hour later, waking me up and yelling, "Come on, Rob, time to get up. You're letting the team down. It's time. Everyone else is up. It's time to get up now." And I was just like, "You're fucking kidding me." I was like, "I've been fucking up all night long." I just want sleep. I just want sleep, man. I just want sleep. I'm so tired. And that was on Tuesday, and it was the next day. I just said to the nurse, I said, "Why am I still here? I'm not on drugs. I'm not scoring when you do my stats. I'm up and I'm walking about, even though, you know, do I really need to be here now?" And she said to me, "I think you can go home. Let's get a doctor." Sue came in. The doctor came in, and he just said to me, "How are you doing?" And I said, "Well, to be honest with you, I'm just wondering why I'm still here. You know, clearly I'm recovering." And he went to me, "The fact that you can ask that question tells me that you're ready to go home." So there on the spot, he said, "You can go," and I was out of there within an hour and a half after just asking the nurse if I could go. And I was so fucking happy. I came home and I got in my bed, and I was just so comfortable. There was no smell of shit. There was nobody on the fucking phone till midnight. There was no Greek Adonis opposite me with fucking nurses yamming in his ear all night long. Oh, with his fucking tattoos. Oh, for fuck me. But anyway, so yeah. Other than the complete lack of sleep, it wasn't too bad. It wasn't too bad. But I was fucking happy to get home. I was happy to get home. It got better when Daryl wasn't there when I was there. When I first woke up, he came for a couple of days. It's sort of like in the middle of my stay. So it was better when he got there, because it was someone who, you know, would actually speak to me. Whereas the patients that were there when I got there, they just saw. They'd already had an opinion about me by the way I was when I came out of the anaesthetic, and I was just fucking like this, you know, well out of it, and loud and vocal and moany and everything. Not that you ever hear me moan, but you know, once I came aware of who I was, where I was, and what was happening, I shut, you know, because then you know, and. So, but they'd already made their mind up. Once I realised what was going on, I was able to shut my mouth and not make really any noise or make any problems for anyone. But I think that because of the way I came out with the anaesthetic, and different people come out of anaesthetic different ways, you know, it was just like they'd already decided that they didn't want to know me. There was a kid in the bed next to me, and he'd been in that bed for 7 months. He'd been in hospital for 7 months, and he got released 2 days after I got there. Which was good for him, but imagine that, 7 months, fuck me. Oh, you never slept, yeah. It really amazed me, because sleep is so important to your body's ability, you know, your natural healing abilities that your body has, and you get so little of it in hospital, you know. It's really amazing me that they don't do more to encourage better sleep. You know, like putting patients who are obviously going to be causing issues for other patients into private side wards, which they have allocated. And I saw people in those private side wards who could have been on the ward. You know, they were walking about, and watching television and sitting in chairs. So they could have been on the ward. Someone who's completely 100% bedridden and can't even go to the toilet for themselves. You would think that maybe they would actually say, look, for his dignity and for the comfort of those around him, we should maybe, swap these people. But no. So, I mean, it was awful. You can't help being that way if you're the patient, and if I was that patient, I personally would find it like really undignified, and I would hate every minute of it. And I know it wouldn't be my fault, just like I know it wasn't George's fault. But it doesn't change the fact that as a patient in hospital who's trying to recover, it's very your tolerance level for that sort of thing is just like not there really, because all you care about is you at that time, because you're sick as well, and you've just had a major operation, and you're trying to recover. And as much as you can emphasize with the person, you still wish that maybe more could be done to make my stay just as comfortable, as well, but more comfortable. I shouldn't feel the need to get out of bed and waddle 100 meters away at 3 o'clock in the morning because I can't sleep because the stench is that bad. It's not an ideal situation, and I wish they would do more for that. But call me selfish, but I wasn't alone. There were a lot of people that night who clearly couldn't sleep because of it, so it was affecting a lot of people. And yeah, but anyway, how you doing, Vlad? Yeah, it sucks when that happens, JP. I know, the constant blood pressure checking. I have better blood pressure in the hospital than I do when I'm out. I was hitting like 120/80, and when I was in hospital. But when I'm out, it's like 150/110. It's up there. But when I'm in, I'm like, maybe it's just got no stress. Anyway. Oh, man. I had to come on. I had to come and do a stream and say hello because I was really pissed off. When I might do a video on this. I might do a video on this because it really upset me. I took it personally, even though it wasn't even directed at me. But I took it personally as an Englishman, as someone from the UK who lives in the UK. And when you've got respect for someone, because you think you share common interests and everything, and then they go and say something and express an opinion, and you just realise, and you just, what they say is so pisses you off so much that you actually lose total respect for that person. That happened to me like about half an hour before I came on, and I thought, I'm just going to go talk to some people, say hello, check in with them, just to forget about this guy, because what I shouldn't even be bothered by what he said. I shouldn't even take it personally or anything, but it was just a ignorant fucking twat talking about shit he knows jack shit about and expressing his opinion on something that he clearly didn't know anything about, but felt he had the right to judge, even though he, it pissed me off. It pissed me off so much. It actually attacked my national pride. It insulted my national pride so much. And I'm not someone who says I'm proud to be English, or I am what I am. But my country's not perfect, and I know that. But I'm not, I don't sit here going, yay, English are the best, I'm proud to be English, yay, English, England. None of that bullshit. But when you're ill-informed and you feel like you have the right to fucking judge something that you clearly know nothing about, that upset me. It really upset me. And I think I'm going to do a video on it, and I'm going to fucking rip into this person big time. But I'm not, I'll do it properly. But really got to me.
Yeah.
Oh, it really got to me. Oh my god, it really got to. And I just think I need to do like a video. Hello, hon. You're home.
Why are you on a high horse?
I'm always on a high horse.
This is a very high horse, judging by the past 5 minutes of listening to you.
Okay. Say hello to Sue, everyone, before she steps away.
Hello.
Hey, Sulaju. I was just explaining. Daryl came on. You know, the Greek Adonis across the bed. He might not speak to me anymore. There you go. Vladimir says hello. Mike
Hi,
says
Vlad.
hello.
Why don't message me anymore, Vlad?
Good. Mike says hello.
Hi, Mikey.
JP or Redbeard. If you don't know who JP was, Redbeard.
Hi, Redbeard. How you
Well,
doing?
he's JP now. He had to change his name because of some idiot. But anyway. But there you go.
Hello, Sulaju.
Oh, well, there we go.
You're alright, Vlad.
I'm not sorry. Sick of hearing that Facebook ring. Oh. Well, anyway, guys, so that's it. I'd only sort of told myself I'd only come on while Sue was on, while Sue was out, and plus I don't want to sit here too long because I do find sitting up straight is still a bit of a hassle. I don't know why. Maybe it's because it's staples. I don't know. My belly just pushing down on them, but it does hurt. Start hurting. So.
He looks a bit like...
Happy birthday.
Whose birthday is it?
JP's Redbeard's.
Hey, happy birthday, Redbeard. It's my dad's birthday as well. That's where I've just been to see my dad for his birthday.
There you go. You share a birthday with Sue's dad. Don't you hate it when that happens? When it's your birthday and somebody goes, oh, it's my son's birthday as well. It's like, fuck off, who cares? It's my birthday. I don't give a shit whose else's birthday it is, right? Let me have my day. My day. It is my day. How dare you share it with me? Bad enough we have to share Mother's Day, Father's Day, Christmas Day, birthday is supposed to be my day. No one else is allowed to have their birthday on my birthday.
Thank you, Mikey.
I was telling him how you loved giving me the fucking injections.
Yeah, well, he won't take them. Somebody tell him he's got to take them just for me, because I'm really stressing about it and I'm really upset about it, and I thought he would have a jab in the leg just because he knew that it was stressing me out if he didn't.
It's stressing me out, the idea of you doing it.
Your 34th anniversary to your 20th birthday.
Oh.
Very cool way of putting it. It's only a little prick in the leg.
That's what she said.
And it's peace of mind. And you showed me your arm where your capillaries are all breaking up. And that's not good.
Well, that could be from anything, though. That's bruised. That looks like... That's probably where maybe... Man, that doesn't look good. It's on a vein where the catheter didn't go in. I don't know what caused that.
Yeah, well...
It's on a vein...
I want to make sure your blood's flowing properly. Yeah, exactly, they do, Mike. That's why I want him to have the injection.
Well, thanks for your support, guys. Whatever happened to, it's his body, his choice. I could wear the DVT stockings, but wait until I go to sleep and then do it. Yes, that's fucking cruel. I do actually have a few pairs of those. I could put some of those on. But I could wear those. You know, I will take it like a man. Yeah. Would you let your wife stab you? Oh. Should I get her to do it on camera now? Oh my god. I'll do you want to do it on camera? She let her do it to you, yeah, but you know. Nah, it hurts more when you're standing up. Oh. Do it on camera. Sue! Mike's saying do it now on camera. Nah. Oh man. Daryl said do it. Oh no, Mike said do it on camera. Daryl said take it like a man. Pulp Fiction, yeah. Oh, fuck that. It's not even a big needle, but tried to get me to give it to myself, and I went to do it, but my arm just stopped, and it was like, I can't do it, you know? I was like, no, I can't do it. So Sue went, I'll do it, and I said, will ya? You sure? I didn't think Sue would go for it. I didn't think Sue would even do it, considering some of the things I've asked Sue to do in the past. And I'm not going to tell you what, but I've had the words, don't ever ask me to do that again. I've asked her to do something to my body. That was good for me, by the way.
Are you going to let me do it?
Do I have to? I'm fucking dreading this. I'm not liking this.
Let me see, it's only a little injection.
It doesn't matter how big that is, it's how big.
Look, the box goes all funny.
Yeah, because yellow's made up of green, isn't it? Yellow is. Yeah, but. Doesn't matter how big this bit is, it's the needle. I could never give myself insulin. I better never become a diabetic. Oh, you got me shaking now.
He stood there for ages.
Trying to stick it in.
Trying to stick it in himself. And he couldn't do it. In the neck it's less painful. It's got to be his tummy or his leg.
It's not, you're not doing it in my tummy.
They won't be able to see it though. Let me just disinfect my hand.
Why do they want to see you do it? I don't understand why they want to see you. Because they're weirdos. Charlie just yelled out, because they're weirdos. I don't know if they could see it.
You have to dip it down.
I'll have to dip the camera down. Oh, I don't want to do this. trying not to show my privates.
Do you want to pitch it and I'll stick it?
That's what she said.
Mom, do you want to get some paper?
What is that?
No, don't do it.
It's not going to bleed.
Oh no, I don't see the shit.
You're shaking.
I am shaking. I'm just terrified of you doing it.
Why? I did it alright yesterday, not the day before. Why are you terrified of me doing it? I kissed it better when I did it.
Don't do that on camera now. Oh. Shut up, Charlie. You're the one who ran out the room. No, you can't get in the water.
Ready?
Hmm.
There we go. Well done. There you go. Aren't I good? Oh.
I'm shaking. Oh my God.
Well done.
No. No.
Oh. Oh my God, I hope you all enjoyed that, you sadistic bastards. Marley, stop shagging Hugo!
It's not.
He is! Look!
Eat a Molly.
Yep.
Eat a Molly. I haven't seen Molly for a while. There's Molly.
Oh. Hey Charles, how you doing, mate?
And then a hooga. Boogalooga. Hooey.
It's better the up. Oh.
That's a hooey.
Yeah, but my op was right down the middle, so there's no other side. Both sides of the other side. Marley's constantly trying to shag Hugo.
Also the opposite way round sometimes.
You're a rapist, Marley. Honestly, homosexual rapist. You've been given female pugs on heat to have your way with, and you do nothing. And yet every night I have to watch you trying to give one to Hugo up the bum. Every night. Oh my God. What is wrong with you?
Amazing content.
Oh. Oh, thanks for the great afternoon.
Are you done ranting on about your stories now?
I think I know what Rob's is he's watching, he knows when it's coming. Well, she went, Marley, stop it!
I did not.
You went, are you ready? And it was like, no. I'm never going to be ready. I just don't like it. It's like, oh, I don't like it. Oh my God.
I was less scared when
Just stop with the shagging, Hugo, please. You know it upsets me. You know I yell at you for it. And then you come and creep to me like this.
But look how cute Hugo is.
Yeah, he's got a cute face, but there's nothing cute about his backside, which he keeps trying to Ah. Ew. You need to do something about that. Go have a wipe. You've been excited as well.
Dad, what's wrong with my
Guinea
face?
pig. Oh, yeah.
What's wrong with my face?
Oh, foolish Lewis.
What's wrong with your face? You're under a bright light and you're very fair, so it's hot spotting on your skin. It's like mine there. The closer you get to the light, That's why they put powder on people's faces so they don't get hot spots, and it does stupid stuff like that.
I'm way too pale.
Marley, just because I put you on the floor wasn't an invitation to oh.
Okay, shut up.
Right. Alright guys, I'm going to head off. Thank you for the welcome back and everything. But I'm gonna head off now. And like I said, I don't know what Sue did with my games. I left 2 games on my desk. I had 2 games on my desk before I went into hospital. They don't seem to be
Dad,
here anymore.
you know my WWE 2K17?
Yeah.
Did I give it away?
No, I thought it was downstairs. That's what I saw it today.
No, is it one of the games that we sold?
I saw it downstairs today.
Are you sure it wasn't 2K17?
That's what you said, 17.
No, it's in 15.
15?
Yeah.
You probably gave that one away. Why would you keep 15?
Because 15 is one of the best ones.
Oh, fucking end. He's a fucking idiot, honestly. Alright, but yeah, that's it. I'm gonna head off. So thanks for being here. And hopefully next time I see you, we'll just get back to some standard gaming. I think I was gonna do. I still haven't got the new. I haven't got the new Jedi Fallen Order yet. But I think I was going to do some Final Fantasy 15 because I never played Final Fantasy 15. And I know it's supposed to be really good. So I thought I might start on that, make that my next game of the month. See how I get on with that. If I like it, you know me. If I don't like it, I won't play it. I'll moan about it and tell you how shit it is and never play it again. But yeah. But thank you all for being here tonight and coming to have a chat. I'm not going to thank you for letting Sue shove that fucking needle in me, though. Bunch of twats. Why did I even suggest it? Oh, God. But hopefully Monday we'll get back into gaming. We'll just see how I get on between now and then. I'm like feeling a bit deflated now and a bit need to go. But yeah, so cheers guys. Hope I'll see you all soon. Thanks for dropping by, Daryl. Hope to see you as a regular, mate. That'd be fantastic. But later, everyone. Later's Charles, Mike, JP, Daryl, Vladimir. Was that it? Sulaju. I don't think there was anyone else, was there? No. Okay. If there was and I missed you, I apologise. And I'll catch you all next time, I hope. So until then, have a good one, and bye for now.